Togo, the legend. Musher. A person who controls a team of dogs pulling a sled over snow, a weather condition so severe that the features of the terrain are indistinguishable due to uniform light diffusion. In 1925 in Alaska, a serious bacterial infection known as diphtheria threatened the town of Nome. An epidemic loomed, and serum would be required to prevent the inevitable deaths. There was, however, one major problem. The only available airplane was unable to take off due to the low temperatures. It was then decided that there was only one solution. A relay of sled dogs and mushers would attempt to deliver the medication. The teams were made up of 20 mushers and around 150 dogs and became known as the 1925 Serum Run. The distance that needed to be covered was intimidating for a start: 674 miles, 1,085 kilometers, to be precise. To put this distance into perspective, for UK readers, this is further than the entire length of the UK. The distance of Land's End to John O'Groats is 603 miles, 970 kilometers. Every relay team would have to meet at a prearranged destination in order to hand over the cargo of drugs. This would take place in temperatures that are unimaginable to most of us, minus 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Just to make life more difficult, the teams had to endure gale force winds, which occasionally became hurricane force, plus whiteouts. For this enterprise to succeed, it would rely on the dedication of the mushers and the training of their dogs. The entire journey took 127.5 hours, and not a vial of the medication was lost or broken. This extraordinary feat is now celebrated with the annual Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race, and the mushers who even received letters from Calvin Coolidge, the President of the United States of America. Togo. Of course, they were all heroes who collectively saved lives, both mushers and dogs. However, if a hero was required, then without a doubt, this accolade was due to Togo, who at the time was a vastly experienced 12-year-old Siberian husky. Being a lead dog, he was the best of the best, and on one occasion he had steadfastly refused to obey the command to move forward, only for Leonhard Sapala and his mushers to find that directly in front was a huge crack in the ice. Had not Togo stubbornly declined to move the entire dog team, and Sapala would have drowned a horrible death under the ice. A second event was even more remarkable. Stranded on a broken piece of ice, the only way out was for Togo to be released with a rope in his mouth and tow the entire dog team and Sapala back to safety. Unfortunately, the rope snapped. Togo jumped into the freezing water, grabbed the rope, turned himself over twice, this creating an improvised harness, and dragged the entire team to safety. This dog is immortalized in the 2019 movie Togo, starring Willem Dafoe, which is based on the 1925 Serum Run. Togo, R.I.P.